My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are going to be doing in ghosted or no communication or no contact reading. Now it is going to be an extended reading, and my extended readings can be found either by joining Patreon, and I think it's $5.55 per month for all my extendeds, or you can buy the individual links for $4.44. So let us get into this reading. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to see who we're tapping into. Okay, if it sounds like your person, then you're going to proceed and watch this reading. If not, you're like, it's not my message today, okay? All right, so let's have a look. So we're going to go into these archetype cards, and let's see who we're tapping into here today. I'm going to be offering a tarot course. I think it's going to be in July for those of you that are interested in learning how I read the tarot. Okay. So that's going to be in July, and it's going to be something self-directed. So you take as long as you want to go through the modules and on your own time. Okay. All right. So we have Beggar. Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. So this is someone who is finally waking up and smelling the coffee. Okay, and I'm getting a lot of shame off this card. Now they have been in a cycle of codependency, and by codependency, I mean a lack of self-love. We're talking about self-love deficit disorder and the many coping mechanisms that we use when we don't love ourselves. So we start dabbling in addictions. Okay, we might have suicidal ideation, that all those kinds of things. Okay, we might attract and seek out toxic relationships. All right, because we're not dealing with our wounding. But this is someone who is dealing with their wounding right now, and they are working on themselves. They're working on their self-esteem, and I think they're really as well trying to build something in the physical world, trying to make that trying to make their dreams come true, because this is a part of their self-actualization. That's what I'm getting with this card. Now we have an addict in reverse, and that's exactly what I was talking about with addictions. So we're definitely logging into someone who's codependent, who has addictions, who doesn't love themselves. Okay, it says compromises integrity and honesty. So maybe even a pathological liar, because once you're doing these things, you start telling all kind of different narratives to all kind of different people, because you're constantly wearing a mask. You don't want people to know just how messed up, screwed up, unbalanced your life is. So you're constantly living in character, projecting an image. It says allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So for a long time, this person allowed whatever their addiction was to overpower their free will. Okay, so we're talking about someone heavily compromised. It's like a possession, really. Anything that has authority over your inner spirit, it's a possession. So some of them may have had negative entities attached to them, or even compromising them completely. 1 second, let me pull a card on that one. Yes. For some of them, it was related to some kind of excess when it came to sex and sexuality. They channeled all their frustrations into that, because this is a card of frustration. 3 of Wands reverse, the card of frustration. Upright is like, I'm just waiting and I'm being patient. La 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 la. But no, this is I'm frustrated. Where the fuck is that? Where is it at? Okay, so they're frustrated in their life, and when they get really frustrated, they have to channel their energy into something. Now, a lot of people who are healthy, they channel that frustration, that anger, into a creative project. They might go and exercise. That's why I see people after a breakup and stuff, they go and they get that breakup body, and they cut their hair, whatever it is. You reinvent yourself. This person does not reinvent themselves. What they do, it sink a little deeper into that sunken place. Okay. So a lot of frustration with this person, but I want you to know that they are healing and they are looking at this. Okay. Let's see what else. Woo! We have the Messiah in reverse. This is all about ego. So we're dealing with someone that have a little God complex going on. Let's read what it says. Exaggerated belief that you're the only means through which a cause can succeed. So this is my way or the flicking highway, okay? Now the thing about it is, I want you to see this person's hair, okay? And it's standing up connected to the heavens, and hair is always a symbol of wisdom. Now this person really is empathic, and they do receive a lot of messages from the divine. But what do they do it for? What do they use it for? Bullshit. Bullshit and to control. It's their way or the highway, and they know it all. This is Noah, right? What we say in the Caribbean, when you think you're a know-it-all, use Noah or this is Noah, right? They know everything, right? You can't argue with them, right? They're Noah, right? And then we have the child magical in reverse. So every time I see this, I always know it's a child who's been neglected, a child who's been abused, a child who very early on became very disenchanted with life. You know, the magic died very quickly for them. It says pessimism, depression, and a disbelief in miracles, right? Since they're small. Since they were young, they realized, you know what, there's no such thing, you know, as miracles, magic, and all that kind of thing. The fairy tale ended very abruptly and quite quick for them, you know. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So this is someone totally codependent on others. Others have to make the effort. Others have to do the labor in relationships. They don't think that they should be doing anything. I think this person might be depressed at this time for sure, and definitely a glass half empty kind of person. So I do see them healing, but I do feel, let's just say your person not in the best of places at this point in time. Okay, a lot of depression coming through there. They're not having a good go of it. Let's look at their emotional body and see what's happening. See what's going on with Noah. Okay. They're anxious avoidance. Okay. So whilst you think this person might be manipulative, and some of them maybe, there's someone who's scared. Okay. They're scared. So if we want to know already why this person ghosted you, it's because they're afraid. Okay. They're afraid of pain. They're afraid of betrayal. So just rather not deal with that kind of intimacy. Okay. I'm going to pull some cards on these, but that's what I'm getting. They've closed themselves off, and this is the most telling card because this is someone, you know, they have a lot of baggage, right? That they're only now beginning to deal with. Frustrated. Well, we got the frustrated card, right? But this person, they don't channel their frustrations into a healthy avenue, right? It makes them dive deeper into their addictions and their coping mechanisms. They are embarrassed. I told you I got a lot of shame out of that. So whatever they did in the past, however they conducted themselves, there's a lot of shame, and they are in love. And this is the scariest card of all for this person. Okay, because this is exactly what they did not want. They don't want to feel these feelings for someone. They don't want to be intimate with anyone. This is what they're avoiding, because remember, they don't believe in love and miracles and the fantasy of it all. They don't. So to find themselves in this position, this is very overwhelming for your person. Let's see anxious avoidance. Let's see what that symbol. Look at them. 5 of Cups. Okay, so they're depressed. A lot of regret. A lot of, well, it's out here, right? A lot of shame. about the past, and they're only thinking about, what happened. They haven't been able to pull themselves out of that, saying, okay, well, the milk is spilled. Let me just wipe it up and let's see how can we move forward. No, they're not there as yet. Okay. I think this person, what they're trying to do, they might be trying to distract themselves, partying, drinking, maybe with third parties. Okay, but I think they're doing a lot of thinking about the fun times that you guys used to have. Now they're feeling very foolish about their actions, but these feelings aren't spurring them to take action at all. I'm not seeing that. This person's not taking action at this time. They are healing, okay? And they want to heal this connection, okay? But they're not doing anything, okay? So they want to move forward. They want to heal. They want to reach out. But they're not doing anything. They're just staying there and feeling frustrated, okay? Now, for some of them, they're going through the ending of a relationship with somebody else, and they are healing, and they know that this is not the right time to approach you. For others, they think that it's over, and they just don't see how they can bring it back together. That's what I'm getting. They just don't see how they can bring it back together, and this is very frustrating. For others, they feel stuck in their circumstance. Now they are embarrassed. Why are they embarrassed? Well, I see now they're recognizing that this is love. We have the Ace of Cups here. I think this person really thought that they could have let you go. But them here now as the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, wanting to be with you, wanting to build something with you, because they see as this Queen of Cups, Cancerian energy. Very giving, very loving, very psychic. And the thing is, they've always convinced themselves that they didn't want this emotional intensity. But the moment that they got that emotional intensity and they felt that love, it was what their heart was waiting on all this time. It made them start dealing with their pain. I think this person always thought, well, this is it. I'm never going to be happy. Happiness doesn't exist anyway. So I'm just going to figure out what can make me comfortable. So they were settling for less than they deserve because they didn't think that they can get more than that. But now they're realizing that, listen, all of this is available to me. But for some of them, they are not available to take that cup, to take that opportunity. They might be with other people. Or they just may not be in that emotional space where they can start something healthy with you. But they are in love. But they're not doing shit about it. Look, we have the Fool card in reverse. And this is their frustration. They're heartbroken, They're heartbroken. Look, we have the Three of Swords there. They're absolutely heartbroken. They wish that they could give equally to this connection. They wish that they could bring this back. But they're not taking action. They're allowing their shame, okay, and their fears to just take over. Now let's ask why. I think we've already started to get glimpses of the why. Okay, why did they ghost you? Why did they go no contact? Why are they making that kind of conversation that they used to make before? Let's find out why. Why aren't they returning your calls? La la la. Take it as it resonates. Why they flake on you? Why they do it? We have Ace of Wands, which is really contrary, right? This person, they're magnetized by you. They're magnetized towards you. They're mesmerized by you. This is so much sexual energy. And it's pretty intense, especially for a person who never believed in this kind of intensity. Okay, this is a very overwhelming, this Ace of Wands. And then, we pair this fire, this sexual energy now with groundedness, We have the Ten of Pentacles. We're thinking about lineage. We're thinking about long term. We're thinking about generations. Okay. This they never dreamed to imagine. They never dared imagine. But it looks like this truth like hit them like a bolt of lightning. The Knight of Swords. You know, that talks about this lightning strike of truth, suddenly recognizing and realizing, you know, exactly what this is. It's everything they dreamed of. It's a passion and the groundedness. They always thought, you know, they had to either choose one or the other, but now they have both in all rolled up in one person. And they're just realizing that. All right, so why did they do it? Why did they ghost you? All right, we have the Nine of Wands. So that's someone, they got it. Nine of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. We have the Hierophant, Taurus. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So I'm picking up a karmic energy. Libra. That's my verbally abusive karmic. And we have the Seven of Swords reversed. Okay. All right, I'm picking up on someone who may be either in a relationship with somebody else or might be married to somebody else, but it's something long-term and committed. I think this person has very traditional views, okay, about what masculine energy is meant to do and feminine energy is meant to do, and people who are married, you know, through thick and thin, sickness and in health, that whole kind of thing, even though they may not be emotional connection there. This person might be deeply religious. They might be kind of chauvinistic. Well, we got the ego, right? We got the ego. Okay, but they're like masculine energy. Whether they're male or female in body, it needs to be in charge. It's my way or the highway. That kind of thing. Now, let me read if your person's not with someone else. If your person's not with someone else, this person right now, they're learning a deeply spiritual lesson. And it is the repercussions of not speaking your truth, not being authentic, and not having emotional authenticity. Okay, this is someone who was hiding their feelings. So someone who was closed off. Okay, this is someone who was holding all their truth inside. May have even been someone who might have been a pathological liar, because, you know, once you're lying to yourself, because they didn't want to admit to themselves that they were in love. Okay, first of all, once you start lying to yourself, then you're going to be lying to everybody else around you. So they're learning a lesson right now in integrity. Okay, they have to stop living a lie. If your person's with somebody else, especially if they're in a marriage, it looks like they're with someone who is verbally abusive. Now, this is a cycle that they have continued throughout their whole life. It started with childhood. I think there was somebody who was abusive there, could have been a feminine energy, and now they've attracted the same kind of partner into their psyche because they've not healed that. Now, because they have been abused and because they are being abused, this person is very closed off. Because what they've learned is that you cannot trust people. People will always hurt you. This is the narrative that they're telling themselves. Okay, they're not realizing that they're attracting this because of their woundedness. No, people will always hurt you. People will emasculate you. If you tell people the truth, they will use it against you, because this is something that the Queen of Swords does. You know, she's very bitter, and she will say whatever it is in order to win an argument, to win a fight. You know, when couples are fighting, or well, I'm not going to say fighting, because they should not be fighting. Fighting is just something physical, right? When couples are exchanging viewpoints, right? Let's say you're arguing. Let's go even far as arguing. Okay? There is a level of respect that must always be maintained. Queen of Swords reverse don't know that. Queen of Swords going to hit you below the belt, underneath the belt, and go straight into the ground to find whatever they need to find in order to annihilate their competitor. But in a relationship, this person is not a competitor. This person is a partner. Queen of Swords don't know that. Queen of Swords knows that this is her competitor, this is her foe, and they have to vanquish the enemy. And whatever they have to say to vanquish the enemy, they will. So your person is with someone like that. Your person may have even been that kind of person in the past, but trust me, It looks like they've met someone who is giving them their just desserts and mirroring back to them exactly who they were. So your person's gaining clarity right now. Look, see, we have the Seven of Swords reverse. This is about clarity. It's about the scales falling off. It's about you seeing things clearly. And it's about you finally being able to unveil your true self. Okay? So this is what's happening with your person. Deep spiritual lessons. They're here in the fives. Or here with the Hierophant. And whoever's this karmic, apparently doing a really good job. Because your person is finally recognizing the consequences and the effects of their actions. They're finally putting themselves in your shoes because they're getting exactly what they put out previously. Okay? So they're on guard. They're on guard. Okay, things are pretty toxic wherever they're at. They're on guard. But there's a lot of strength that they are going to extract from this experience. But right now, it looks like they're in the dumps. Okay? Let's see what was their headspace regarding you at the time. At the time, what were they thinking? We have the Tower in reverse. Okay. Scorpio and Aries. We have the Devil. Capricorn. Now you see all major arcana. So these are massive imperatives. This is their priorities, right? We have the King of Swords. You know he's logical. Aquarius. And then we have the Magician. Another major arcana. And that is Gemini and Virgo. So what was happening? Okay. Your person's priority at the time, okay, was to maintain the ego. Okay. Maintain their ego image. Maintain whatever they may have built, whether by themselves or their person. And it looks like you threaten that in some way. Okay. Maybe if they are with somebody else, maybe they bought a home. Maybe they have investments. Going with you would have meant that these investments, this home might have been in jeopardy. So they were trying to prevent some kind of tower in their life from falling. Some kind of ego part of their life from falling, from disintegrating. I think they also felt bound to you. They felt trapped. It's like they couldn't shake you. And this person, they don't want to be bound to anybody. They don't want to be attached to anybody. I also think this person had addictions that you didn't know about, and they did not want you to find out about them. Okay? And you were getting too close. You start to see them. Okay? And they did not want you to see all of who they were because they weren't ready to release this ego identity. They wanted you to see them as perfect, okay, and leave you with that impression. Now, I think they had a choice, okay, and what they did, they chose what was most logical in their mind and what was most practical. Okay, so their heart wasn't in this at all. Okay, they didn't want to admit that they had any feelings anyway. Okay, so they just went King of Swords, very cold, and they just cut you off just like that. Okay, and I think they thought by cutting you off, they could start this new life and just forget about you. But apparently, this did not happen. I think they also saw you as, I think they saw your spirituality, okay? And I think this person may have traditional views and they may see spirituality, you know, as the devil or evil or whatever it is. And whatever it is about you, triggered their thoughts about the world, trigger their philosophies, trigger their programming, everything that they've been taught about how the world works, how masculine and energy and feminine energy functions. The whole, it was like if they had to choose you, it would mean a massive shift in their consciousness, and they weren't ready for that. They weren't ready. They had a choice: the devil or some kind of a consciousness or awakening, and they chose to just be logical. They just couldn't, their mind couldn't wrap themselves around the spiritual aspects of you and of this relationship. Let's see their heart space energy for you at the time. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. Well, this is like the Ace of Pentacles. I usually leave these cards in. Ace of Pentacles reverse. Six of Pentacles. So their mind was on their money. And Four of Wands in reverse. In their heart space, as much as they wanted to give equally to this connection, they knew that they could not. They couldn't give you the commitment that you wanted. We have Four of Wands in reverse. They didn't see how they could actualize or manifest this union, this love. They couldn't see it. Okay? They felt like they had nothing to give. They felt like they just couldn't invest in this connection at all. I'm going to pull a card and find out why. Why do you think they couldn't invest in this connection? Six of Pentacles. This person feels like they're not good enough for you. Especially financially. There's a lot of pentacles out here. And for others, it would mean them releasing a third party. And they just weren't ready to make those kinds of moves in their life. This is someone who wanted to have their cake and eat it. And if they couldn't have their cake and eat it, they just weren't partaking at all. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, nothing solid. They knew they couldn't offer you anything solid and that you deserved something solid. But they felt like they had nothing to give. Or whatever they had to give just was not enough. So what's happening in their life right now? Let's go into the Kipper cards. And then we're going to go to the extended and look at their emotions or heart space now, how they're seeing you now, their intentions towards you, how they see you guys a year from now, messages from their 3D self, their 5D self, and then we're going to get advice for your connection. So what's happening in their life right now? Okay, we have unexpected income. So it looks like they've been working hard, especially on their finances. But you know, unexpected income is all about pentacles. And this is card number 27. And 27 reduced to 9. So it's like the 9 of Pentacles card. So right now, this person, they are learning about self-love. And we got that message really early up in the reading. So they're learning about self-love. What else? We have occupation, okay, and it's a card number 34 that reaches a 7. So this is like the 7 of Pentacles. So the finances and the material world are your person's priority right now. They are working really hard, okay, great fortune, okay, and that's like the 8 of Pentacles, 26 reduced to 8. So it's all about the money right now. It's all about their self-esteem and them feeling secure in who they are. Yeah, because it's someone who's operating in poverty consciousness. Now, this is a card number 37, so it could be that this poverty consciousness is ending, but this person, there's some kind of dream that they are trying to ground to reality so that they can actualize, so that they can feel good about themselves, okay? It's all about the pentacles right now. I don't see them, you know, having any kind of love relationship or anything like that. If they are in some kind of relationship, that is not their priority right now. Their priority is making money. Their priority is manifesting financial stability. That's their priority right now. It's all about the finances for this person. Now, they could be drowning themselves in work, definitely, with all these pentacles here. But I think this person's trying to build some kind of financial security, and they're trying to build themselves from the ground up, because we're logging into someone who has a very poor self-image. They feel like they have nothing to give. They have to feel like they have something to give in order to reapproach you, if they're going to approach you again. All right, so if this feels like what you've been getting in your psyche about your person, join me in the extended. And I told you what we're going to do there. We're going to look at how they're seeing you now, their heart space regarding you now, their intentions, how they see you guys next year, 3D self, 5D self, their messages, and then advice. Guys, Thank you so much for your support. Grateful for your likes, shares, subscribes, dislikes, comments. They all help the channel grow. And if you're able to interact with any of the ads that may play during this reading, that's a beautiful energy exchange for me. And please, I beg you, do it for any reader that you enjoy, because it keeps us independent on YouTube. Okay? At last, take care. Bye.